what's going on? You know who it is? Well, we're in my front yard right now. See, it's me. Anyway, we're in my front yard right now. The wife said I had to show the front yard. It's Christmas time. We're going to do a little holiday, but figure show the front yard, show the house. See, all nice, pretty, and lit up and everything. I even got a little redneck and did the little lawnmower in the front with the kitty. And yeah, Santa fell. And we got a couple of little posts there. Cute little dog there. We got a little more redneck with a wine bottle, and there's my moonshine jar there on the little table. I can't get any better than that. Say hi to the owl. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Jay. Saw him at my buddy's garage the other day. Gotta say, man, I love you, and I'm gonna take your advice, and we're gonna spice this thing up in a bit. But we'll save them suggestions, and I got some ideas, but I'll let you know about them later. But we'll have a seat. We're gonna, first of all, hopefully people took a quick time out to remember the Pearl Harbor Day. You know, took maybe a time out to watch a special or whatever and remembered them brave souls. Excuse me, I look at my notes. Some horrible memory here. Now there was the Toys for Tots event earlier this month. I actually got to see quite a few people out there, and for those that didn't show up, really missed out. It was really well worth going out. Really cold, freezing butts off of, but it was worth going out, get to see the smile on kids' faces. Been a little bit funny. They parked my car in front of the lingerie store out there, so. Yeah, I got a few funny looks from women too. But at the same time, I got, oddly enough, some interesting questions. And that day was interesting to begin with. But before we get to that, which goes in that day, once again, congratulations to Bo and Amanda. That was a... Excuse me, my shoulders are sore, so it's a little hard to hold this phone. We had a good time at your gathering. Thank you for the invite. And some of my friends actually showed up at Toys for Tots, and it led me to some of the nicknames I've acquired over the years. And it brought back some memories, and we got to talking about so this is a little non-traditional holiday memories real quick. First one that I've acquired nickname, which was early, Crash. Yay. Also, Cheater of Death. Dancer with the Devil. Dances with Death. You get the message. Walks with Death. Walking Death. So on. Anyway, so some of these people were asking me, hey, other than the famed tractor trailer accident that brought all this on, what was some of your other bad ones? And it got me to thinking, so I said, well, sure, I'll talk about a couple of them. And the first one I think I want to talk about, and I think Reverend Oz will remember this one well. We're going to leave some details out. But I think some of y'all might remember the old Silver Dollar Lounge out at the old truck stop. Me and him went in there one night. Well, you can imagine, you know how long ago it was, so you know how old we were. Well, we left there, and you know, well, before we left, I was dancing with a lovely girl that night, and actually, I think it was around the holiday time, and she was very lovely, and was dancing with her all night. Well, me and him left. Well, ended up somewhere along the line borrowing a Chevette to follow Reverend Oz, and the turn right past Linganore High School, that sharp turn, he nailed it. Well, I nailed it too, but the brakes on the Chevette didn't work too well, and the axle broke, and I did quite a few barrel rolls in it, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Well, I go to the hospital, and well, next day, me and Reverend Oz telling my dad about this, and God bless his soul, miss him lots. He didn't tell me, he didn't yell at me about wrecking the car. He didn't even yell at me about traffic tickets. Matter of fact, he didn't even yell at me about going into that bar. He yelled at me about not taking the girl home and not taking care of business. That's kind of funny, actually. They said Reverend Oz probably remember that because he's the one who told my dad. And, well, in hindsight, it's probably a good thing I didn't bring her, because the way the car rolled, she'd probably been the dead one. So, or I may not have followed him at all. Either way, we'll never know. But I probably should have alright died in that one too. And then, well, another one I know was race involved, but I don't know exactly how it happened. But I got T-boned in a truck that lasted 2 weeks. But I don't recall that one too much. And another quick one, they asked me if I ever had one that happened on 2 wheels. Yep. And was beer involved? Yeah. I was balling that. There's a couple people out there who remember this one. I was balling that through a field, going 90 miles per hour on my dirt bike. And, well, something happened. I lost it. I think kickstand or something came down. I hit something, I don't remember. Well, I didn't hit my head. I wasn't wearing a helmet, but I broke the frame on the bike, put a hole in the gas tank, and among other things, there was pieces all over that field, and well, it turned out I cracked my ribs and bruised my kidneys. I didn't go to the hospital for a couple of days. Finally, somebody made me go. Funny part about the story is, doctor told me I wouldn't drink any beer with you if I was you. I said, oh, too late. Well, hence some examples why I've earned these nicknames and why people call me what they do. But, anywho, we'll get with the program of the holiday stuff and get these blinking bright lights off of me. And once again, sorry about the horrible camera work, because my doctor sucks. He tried a new drug on me, and about the third day in the morning dosage, I blacked out and fell over my coffee table, so my shoulders are a little jacked up. So it's a little hard holding this phone. I ain't got nobody to videotape for me right now. So I'm having a little bit of a hard time, so you have to bear with me here. But it is what it is. Doctors suck. So, but I'm going to bear through this. Let's get back with the program. We'll get back to my buddy's garage from that same day that we talked to Jay. Something brought up in my buddy Randy's garage. We were talking about Christmas movies. What our favorite Christmas movies were. And, you know, anybody can sit there and certainly post through the holiday season what they think theirs were. I personally put mine down on here. A lot of a lot of people felt was going for the older ones. I had a few for the newer ones too, but my number one of all time is A Christmas Carol. And not just any of them, the 1982 George C. Scott version. Put a lot of thought in that because that's just the best one. And I got the top hat on to prove it. Aunt Tina, I'm still thinking about it. I might give it to you. Number two on my list, and personally this could go for any of these ones. The Grinch That Stole Christmas, he's just awesome. And then 'Twas the Nightmare Before Christmas, great movie. And then It's a Wonderful Life, absolute classic, one of the big classics of all time. Miracle on 34th Street, come on. If you didn't believe in Santa Claus, that can make almost anybody believe in Santa Claus. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Who does not love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I've always loved Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Absolutely funny, hilarious, makes me. And a Charlie Brown's Christmas Special. Everybody loves Snoopy. I got Snoopy out there on the front porch. If you didn't see him, I'll show you again. He's absolutely great. And then, much thought into this, because I'm actually sitting here as I'm doing this watching it last. Right now, all the South Park Christmas specials, except for the Canadian one that wasn't that funny. And the Woodlands Christmas Critter one was kind of weird too. But all the ones involving Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh, absolutely great. And, well, Frosty the Snowman almost made the list. So that's my personal favorite. In case I missed any, hey, feel free to comment and bring them on. And now, furthermore, let's talk about some more traditional reflections of the holidays. Most people know this house that I do a lot of this broadcasting in was my family's house. And I've studied on here. And there's a lot of memories, holiday memories in this house that I reflect on every year. Like we had a lot of childhood memories, such as the house I didn't grow up in this house, but the house we grew up in. My parents were smart. My mom made these big handmade stockings. I mean, they were so big. Literally, as a kid, you could crawl in them. I mean, they covered your whole body. Mine actually had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on them. And they were full of candy, Hot Wheels, toys, whatever. And kept us kids busy all night until Christmas. That way my parents could sleep, and Christmas morning until Christmas morning. That way, then we got up under the tree, opened up our toys, and boy, my dad loved trying to figure out my Transformers. Used to piss him off that as a kid I could figure them out faster, but I think my dad was a big kid himself. I think that's where I get it too. And once again, God rest his soul. And then we'd head over here to my Grandma and Uncle Eddie's house that this was. And every year I try to deck it out like Christmas like they did. And boy, it's a lot of work. And we come over here, have a huge feast. Big Christmas tree. I mean, huge. Come right up to the ceiling. Live Christmas tree. Glass bulbs. Beautiful. But we, usually eat first. I believe we eat first, then open our Christmas presents. Could have been the other way around. And I'll tell you, one man that embodied the spirit of Christmas was my great uncle Eddie. He'd give the kids that wasn't even his own kids charities. He was very kind and generous. If anybody embodied the spirit of Christmas out there, it was that man, my great uncle Eddie. And I get my Christmas gifts wrapped every year at the Kiwanis Club stand in the mall, and everybody there still remembers them, and they know me, and we still have conversations about them and talk about them every year. And it's become a Christmas tradition, and it's kind of great that on Christmas that it keeps his memory alive. But that man embodied the spirit of Christmas, and I believe to him Christmas wasn't one day a year. To him it was 365 days a year. But, that wasn't it for the Christmas Day traditions as a kid. Then we went to my grandmother's Stubbs after spending all afternoon over here. And believe me, as if a busy day. And then, we whenever my grandmother's Stubbs, and I mean just the homemade desserts, the homemade cookies, was just unbelievably good. You just filled up on them things. And of course my Uncle Bill, he kept the fire piping hot in there. Usually put you to sleep by the time you were done opening your presents. And well, we were already full leaving here, and then you filled up on desserts, you were even that much fuller. So you ended up taking a nap, and you wake up, and of course you go home and play with your toys. And of course then as you get older, more traditions get slightly modified. You get more people in your lives. Families get bigger. Traditions change a little bit. You go new houses sometimes. Like there's years there I was going to my buddy Tony's house for Christmas Eve and Christmas as well. Being in a relationship with somebody, with his sister. And then now with my wife, Christmas Eve at her grandparents every year, and we open up our Christmas presents here past 5 years every morning here. So traditions get modified, but still, even though some people go, you add some people on, traditions get added on and carried on. And that's the beautiful thing about the holidays, that friends, family gather together and get to remember the good times and the bad times, and primarily the good times, well, this year, amount of awards I won at car shows, which was cool, and other great things that has happened, but and then and then you just sit, and then you look forward to the future as well, and but the greatest thing about the holidays is you get to see people that you haven't got to see in a long time, and you get to talk to them as well. And I personally can't wait because having a little bit of a holiday get together, a little bit of family here this weekend, so it's gonna be awesome. So it's pretty cool. And, and once again, show you show you the tree. It looks all pretty now. The cat's been tearing it, and wow, I'm surprised I'm talking this long. I certainly apologize I've been talking this long, but think I got choked up for a minute. but, but I promise you I'm about ready to end this, as I definitely want everybody to be safe during these holidays. Please, 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 please don't drink and drive, especially if I don't get to you before the New Year's. Don't drink and drive, and oh yeah, they got these commercials. Don't smoke, don't smoke and drive either. So don't smoke and drive. So don't drink and drive, and don't smoke and drive. So one more time, there's my redneck moonshine bottle, and we'll show you the Christmas lights one more time. That's my redneck push mower there, lit up. Cute kitty. And in case you didn't see it, there's Snoopy's there on the front porch. And yes, it is my redneck truck. So, Merry effing Christmas and Happy New Year.